I think the big issue that we're dealing with, Carl, is that the people who are on Facebook because they love to have their views reinforced. You know, it's not just about family photographs. It's not just about vacation photographs. A lot of it is about, you know, being around people who believe the same things we do. And one of the challenges for Facebook in the aftermath of the U.S. election is that the people believe that everyone else was misled by the Russians and by others. They don't believe that they were. And I believe it's really, really important for Facebook to contact every single person who was touched by Russian propaganda, whether they got a message, saw an ad, were in a group, and explain that they, which is to say both Facebook and the user, were misled by the Russians. And to do this in a way that is extremely personal at the individual level, because it's the only way that people are going to believe that what I'm talking about right now isn't fake news, right? I mean, that's the issue that we're dealing with. I think it's also super important that Facebook get directly involved to eliminate bots impersonating humans on their platform. I mean, this is super, super important. And they obviously have to provide complete transparency to everybody who's looking at what's going on. The investigating groups have had a lot of difficulty getting all the right information they need. And I think this is one of those things that they just have to do as patriots. I think that...
Roger, a key question, though, is what we can expect Facebook and companies like Facebook, I guess Google, to do in a situation like this. I sat down on Monday with Chamath Palihapitiya, former head of growth for Facebook, and asked him if we should expect Facebook to have known something like this would happen. I want your take. Check it out.
No. You know, the fundamental thing that I want to make sure is clear to everybody is, you know, technology by design is deterministic in the following way, which is that whatever can be done and whatever is possible will be done. And what we need to do is have the moral and ethical discussions around how we prevent the broad implications of how technology can be used not just in positive ways, but in ways that are poorly understood.
Are you saying it's impossible to anticipate everything?
Absolutely.
So if it's impossible to anticipate everything, Roger, what should we expect them to do?
Well, I think, John, both you and Chamath make a really important point, which is that it is impossible to anticipate. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't try. And the thing is, we now know a whole set of failure modes that they didn't anticipate. I am quite certain that it never occurred to Facebook that a foreign country was going to come in and mess with our elections. I'm certain that they didn't anticipate that. But the reality is they also had a business model that said it's not our responsibility what people do on the platform, and I think that was wrong. I think that they have to accept responsibility, that they touch 2 billion people every month. They touch 1.3 billion every single day. And at that level, you are responsible for the horrible things that happen on the platform. And so my point is they must make a sincere effort. And I do think there's a set of things they can do, such as going to the people who are affected and saying, hang on, this really did happen. This happened to you, and it happened to us together. And this is, you know, people believe things now in part because of Facebook that just aren't true. And it's really hard to get through that, and Facebook has to play a role in that. And it's never going to be perfect. And I think the point that Chamath makes is that when you put out a new technology, you have to anticipate that things are going to go wrong. And it turns out with these new social technologies, it's much easier to do harm than to do good. Much easier. And so you have to go out there, I think, and just be a lot more careful. You can't just throw things out there anymore at the scale that Facebook's at. If you're a teeny little company in Silicon Valley, people are going to trust you with their data because they think, well, nothing's going to go wrong. But when you're at the scale that Facebook's at, that isn't true.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.